Hello po sa lahat. So now in this video, I am going to share common reasons why filers are receiving an RFE despite of meeting the poverty guidelines. So if your petitioners or sponsors' only source of income is employment, or they just have started their job this year, this video is for you. If you have different case for source of income, I made a separate video for you. So first question, I receive an RFE despite my petitioner's income being above 125% of poverty guideline. Why did this happen? So if you are confident that your petitioner's income exceeds the poverty guidelines but still receive an RFE, consider the following. You might be missing important evidence to support the type of income source, especially if it involves benefits. And additionally, check that all forms are filled out correctly, including accurate calculation of household and total income, and ensure that no questions are skipped or signatures missed. What evidence should I submit if my petitioner's sole source of income is from employment? If your petitioner's only income comes from their job, submit the following. First is the federal tax return. Provide the latest Form 1040 or IRS transcript. I highly recommend submitting the IRS transcript, as many petitioners receive RFEs for not including it. So I have a separate videos explaining the difference between the 1040 and IRS transcript. Next is the W-2 forms. Although instructions may suggest W-2 forms aren't necessary if you have IRS transcript, I still recommend including them as they are strong proof of your income. Number 3, pay stubs and employment verification. Here is the thing, if your petitioner has the same job as listed in the income tax return, pay stubs and employment verification are generally not required unless there are changes in income. These documents will help verify his current income, and this will be discussed further in this video. Okay, next question is, what if my petitioner's current job is different from their previous job? What are the supporting documents that I can submit? I know many petitioners encounter issues with this situation, so it is very important to provide recent pay slips covering the last 6 months or from the start date of the current job. Additionally, include an employment verification letter to confirm your current employment, indicating your annual salary. Even if you are working at a different job now, you should still include the latest IRS transcript in W-2 forms. So what should you do if your petitioner hasn't filed their income tax return for the latest tax year, for example 2023, because we are 2024 now. So if your petitioner was required to file a federal income tax return for the tax year but did not do so, you must file all late returns with the IRS. If the sponsors requested an extension, they should provide proof of filing for that extension, and be sure to submit this proof along with his Form I-864. Alright, next is, what if I'm not required to file a federal income tax return or my income is not taxable? If you are not required to file a federal income tax return because your income is not taxable, you should include a typed or printed explanation with your Form I-864. This explanation should detail why you are not required to file, including evidence supporting the exemption and the reason for it. Alright? It's clear, right? Now that we have covered the poverty guidelines and you've gathered the necessary evidence to support your income, the next step is to ensure accurate calculation of total income and correct household size. Many people often overlook these details. To address these issues, I made different videos that provide detailed information on how to properly calculate correct total income and determine your household size.